Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to practice with some commonly confused words. These are words that I've noticed my students get confused because they're kind of similar. And these words are shallow, hollow, swallow, and swollen. Let's take a close look at each one. First, let's look at shallow. The first syllable is the short ah sound, like in black cat. Ah, shallow. To make this sound, put the tongue down in the front, behind the bottom teeth, and the tongue up in the back. Shallow. And smile a little bit. Not too much, not shallow. And the second syllable is the long O, like know and go. O, shallow. Shallow is an adjective. We see in the picture, the boy is swimming in the shallow water, and the girl is swimming in the deep water. So shallow is the opposite of deep. Also, if you talk about swimming pools, usually swimming pools have two ends. They have a shallow end and they have a deep end. So the boy needs to stay in the shallow end because he's small and he can't swim very well. But the girl, she can go swim in the deep end. You're talking about the deep end of the pool. We just say the deep end. The girl can swim in the deep end, but the boy needs to stay in the shallow end. Let's practice. Does the boy need to stay in the shallow end? That's right. The boy needs to stay in the shallow end. He's not a very good swimmer. He's very young. And what about the girl? Can she swim in the deep end? That's right. She can swim in the deep end. She's older. She's a stronger swimmer. And this boy's standing in the water. He's standing in the shallow water. He's not standing in the deep water. He's standing in the shallow water. Let's practice. Is he standing in the shallow water or the deep water? That's right. He's standing in the shallow water. And we look at this sign. What does the sign mean? It means no diving. Diving is not allowed because the water is too shallow. You might get hurt. It's dangerous. Diving is not allowed because the water is too shallow. It's not safe. Let's practice. Is diving allowed? That's right. Diving is not allowed. Why not? That's right. Diving is not allowed because the water is too shallow. You can also describe a person. You can say a person is shallow. It means they have a superficial personality. They put importance on small things that are not very important. Example, this character from the movie American Beauty. If you haven't seen this movie, you should watch it. It's really good. And this character, this cheerleader, the one on the right, she knows that everybody thinks she's pretty. And that's what she thinks is important. That's the most important thing to her, being pretty. And she's always focused on it. She wants to become a model because she thinks she's so pretty. And she thinks that's the most important thing. So I can describe her and I can say she's shallow. She's a very shallow person. Let's practice. Is she shallow? That's right, she's shallow. Is she a very shallow person? That's right, she's a very shallow person. It's not a good thing. Now let's talk about hollow. Pronunciation, we use the sound ah, ha, hollow. The short ah sound like stop and hot, ha, hollow. The second syllable is the long O, like go and no. Together, hollow. Hollow is an adjective. It means empty inside. This is a hollow tree. Well, it used to be a tree. Now it's just a hollow tree trunk. The middle part of a tree is called a trunk. We see the TR making the ch sound. Trunk. This is a hollow tree trunk. And these mice have made a home in the hollow tree trunk. They live there now. It's their house. The mice have made a home in the hollow tree trunk. Remember, one mouse and two mice. Let's practice. Have the mice made a home in the hollow tree trunk? That's right. The mice have made a home in the hollow tree trunk. Another example, this book. This book is hollow, but someone made it like that. So I can say it's hollowed out. Pronounce the ED with a D sound, hollowed. Link it with the next word, out. Together, hollowed out. This is a hollowed out book. People use hollowed out books to hide things. It's like a secret hiding place. This is a hollowed out book. It's empty on the inside. Let's practice. What is this? Is this a hollowed out book? That's right. This is a hollowed out book. It's used for hiding things. And this word is swallow. It's a verb. It's an action. It means to do this. That is to swallow. Pronunciation, use the short ah sound like stop and hot. Swa. For the first syllable, swallow. The second syllable is the long O like no and go. O. Together, swallow. Swallow. Example, he's sick. He has a sore throat. What does that mean? That means his throat hurts. Well, it hurts when he swallows. It hurts when he swallows. Let's practice. Does he have a sore throat? That's right, he has a sore throat. Does it hurt when he swallows? That's right, it hurts when he swallows. Another example. What happens if you swallow gum? I heard that if you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years. Then I Googled it and found out it's not really true. But people used to say that. What do you think? What do you think happens if you swallow gum? Very good. So you shouldn't do it. It's not a good idea. Don't swallow your gum. You shouldn't swallow your gum. Let's practice. Is it a good thing to swallow your gum? No, it's not a good thing to swallow your gum. Should you ever swallow your gum? That's right, you should never swallow your gum. Bad things can happen. And the verb swallow in the past, swallowed, with a D sound, swallowed. Link the sounds. The monkey swallowed his gum. I think he did. Let's practice. Did the monkey swallow his gum? That's right, the monkey swallowed his gum. It's not good. Now let's talk about this word, swollen. Swollen is an adjective. For the first syllable, use the long O, like no and go. Swo. Swo. Len. Swollen. The second syllable is not stressed. It sounds like this. Len, swollen. Swollen. The adjective is swollen. Example, his foot is swollen. His right foot is swollen. And it's not a little swollen, it's really swollen. Let's practice. Is his right foot swollen? That's right, his right foot is swollen. Is it a little swollen or is it really swollen? That's right, it's really swollen. He needs to go to the doctor. Also remember, when you're talking about something that's swollen, you can also use the verb swell. And we usually use the verb swell with the preposition up, together making a phrasal verb, swell up. Swell up in the present and swelled up in the past. Link the sounds, swelled up. If I ask a question, I say, what happened to his foot? Did it swell up? And the answer is yes, his foot swelled up. Really bad. It swelled up a lot. Let's practice. Did his foot swell up? That's right, his foot swelled up a lot. So remember the difference between these confusing words. Shallow, hollow, swallow, and swollen. They're all different and they're all important vocabulary you need to know. Thank you for watching. And if you liked this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.